Hey everybody, Nathan Isle here. This is Anime Corner for the Fall 2014 Simulcast. I watched so many different anime that I split them up based on what type of anime they were. This one is the comedy genre, and we're starting with Denki Gai no Honya-san, which is listed as Denki Gai on Crunchyroll. And it's hilarious, it's a slice of life, and it's a comedy about a bunch of people who work at a store that sells manga and other manga affiliated items. And it's full of very unique characters. The story is always interesting, and it's a lot of fun to be had. I can't think of anything bad to say about this. Then there's danna ga nani o itte iro ka wakaranai. I can't understand what my husband is saying on Crunchyroll, and it's not necessarily hilarious, but each episode is 4 minutes long, so it's really easy to sit through. Why not check it out? It's funny enough that I can manage to sit through it for 4 minutes. Then there's Kaito Joker, which is on Crunchyroll, just listed under Joker, and it's easily my favorite Phantom Thief anime, but the only other Phantom Thief storylines I've seen are Kaito Kamizaki Jeane, Mouse, and Saint's Tale. And Jeane and Mouse, I got through like 4 episodes and then I was done with them. Saint's Tale, I think I made it to like 10 episodes. So, yeah, Kaito's just the first Phantom Thief anime that I was able to sit through, but that doesn't mean it's not. So that doesn't mean it's amazing. It's good enough that I like it. Interesting storyline, interesting characters, really funny. I had pleasure watching it. And then there's Hi-sCoool SeHa Girls on Crunchyroll, which is hilarious in every way. It's a nice little throwback to some of the classic Sega consoles and a lot of the games. If you grew up playing Sega platforms, you should love this. The 3 main characters are girls who are supposedly high school students, and their names are Mega Drive, Sega Saturn, and Dreamcast. I think the only thing about this anime that I did not like, no Genesis. I mean, come on. Really? You got Saturn and not Genesis. Nothing against Saturn, but Genesis was better. I mean, Dreamcast, I can't go against Dreamcast. Everyone loved Dreamcast. Though honestly, Mega Drive, that's like a 50-50 thing. But come on, you picked Saturn over Genesis. Genesis was ton shit better. I mean, Jesus, I almost went out and bought a Genesis for myself for Christmas because they realize a lot of people are getting into retro games, so they're reformatting a lot of these things so that they can be played on newer, technologies and stuff. So, you know what? Still a great show. And like the first episode, they end up going into the world of Virtua Fighter and having to face off against Akira. And so this is great. I loved everything about it. You get to see Sonic and Eggman. It's an amazing show. But you should have had Sega Genesis. Then we move on to Kami Shoujo Te Kuru Oji, which is Wolf Girl and Black Prince on Crunchyroll. Great comedy, interesting characters, good storyline. Loved everything about it. At times, it gets a little girly because it's a drama about high school kids. But it starts at its core. It's a story about a girl who she tells lies in order to fit in, and then those lies start catching up with her, and she has to find her way out of it. And so it's a really interesting one. I've enjoyed the whole thing. And then there's Tribe Cool Crew on Crunchyroll. Not necessarily a comedy, but it's drawn way too cartoony for me to take it seriously. It's about a couple of kids who are in school and a couple of grown-ups who decide to ask them like, hey, join our dancing crew, which is not creepy at all. But it's got great music. I like that. It's got a half-decent storyline. It's interesting characters, a little too predictable though. And I do enjoy watching it every week, but I'm getting damn tired of seeing them do the same dance every single episode. I mean, I get it, animation is difficult, I understand that, and I appreciate the hard work you put in, but still, there's nothing I hate more than when you just cut and paste a sequence from one episode to the next. It gets tiring, having to see the same thing over and over again. It's like, yeah, sure, first time I watched it, I loved that dance, but then having to watch it 8 episodes in a row, it's like, can you do something new? Just once? So anyways, my top 3 from this segment. Number 1, definitely Hi-sCoool SeHa Girls. If this is your first time hearing about it, go watch it now. And maybe if enough people love it, they'll give us a sequel. This time with Sega Genesis. because there deserves to be a Sega Genesis character. Number 2, Wolf Girl and Black Prince. Number 3, Denki Gai.